for yourself. What's your favorite song that you've written and why?
My very favorite?
It's like picking a favorite kid.
Yeah, it's like picking a favorite kid. I will say that the title track on The Ides of March was one that when it was finished, I was really, I'm really happy with how that turned out. It's a journey. It was a hard song to write, but I was real pleased with the outcome. I'm proud of Blackbird, proud of Starlight. Yeah, so there's fun, but it's like trying to pick a kid. Yeah.
Hey Myles,
Everyone does.
question for you. What do you normally would take from your solo project and compare it with what you've done with Alter Bridge, and then also along with what you do with Slash? You know, when you combine everything, and then previous when you were with Mayfield 4, you know.
So what would I take?
What would you take from each thing that you've done and kind of comprise it all together? You know, what's your artistic styles from each of them?
Well, each one is different. Alter Bridge is definitely it's heavier, so detuned guitars, more gain on the amps, more metal at times, more anthemic. Slash is more blues-based, but riff-based as well. And the solo thing started off more just singer-songwriter in the first record, and then as time has gone on, I realized that I wanted to explore rocking a little more. I like to rock. So yeah, I mean, and I think what I've taken from all of it is just, you know, when you're constantly creating, when you're constantly given the opportunity to explore things sonically and lyrically, melodically, it does help you evolve. You know, it's much easier now than it used to be. Like writing now it comes a lot quicker. It's not as arduous of a process as it was 25 years ago, back in the Mayfield days. You know, those were. I feel like I was as a writer, just kind of it wasn't as streamlined, and now it's like the algorithm's been set, and I kind of know what works, and it happens quickly, which is nice. Question.
What was the funniest story from this tour, now that you're at the end?
Oh, the funniest story from this tour.
The night's not over yet.
Yeah, I know the night's not over yet, right?
One that you can actually tell.
One that I could actually tell. I'm not going to tell the secret. I will keep a secret. There's one, I'm going to just leave it.
That's the one.
Oh, that was good.
Maybe we should have Tim tell it.
Yeah, no, this is a good one. Where's Dave? Dave, I love. My tech Dave. Okay, Dave is the best. But
He went through that door.
Dave, okay, good, he's not here. So Dave, we were in, our bus broke down. Now, I got back. Dave is incredible thrift store shopper, and he somehow finds like top of the line clothes. He's like a real connoisseur. He knows his clothes, like high-end stuff. But when you thrift, you can find it for pennies on the dollar. And so the bus broke down. Where did we break down? Was it Atlanta? So Asheville. Yeah, it was outside of Charlotte. Yeah. So the bus broke down, and so we had to get some SUVs to get us from Charlotte to Nashville. That was fun. So we stopped somewhere, and Dave, I was dressed to the nod. Days off, man. You can see this guy. He's just Dapper Dan. He looks amazing. And something happened, and he tripped in and it's like that red mud that's in the kind of an Appalachian mountain area. And as he falls, he's like, it's Armand. He's got just dressed up all of these amazing clothes and these beautiful shoes. We were at a truck stop, and he looked like he'd been in a fight with an alligator. But that was my favorite.
Is there a video of it?
Yeah.
No one filmed it.
I wish.
Hey, what did you do with the sessions from Cider Mountain?
That's a great question. infamous Cider Mountain sessions. They're just kind of in a vault. They've never been released, and what happened was we did the record, and then all of a sudden, and it was during the recording of that Slash call, and so then we did Starlight, and we did the next track, which was on that first solo record, and then it just kind of took off. And between that and Alter Bridge, there wasn't a window to release the solo record for, like, it just was nonstop for years. One of the best things that happened for me in some ways was when GNR got back together, because then there was time off again. Because for a while there, it was just not, I'd go from tour to tour, record to record, no days off. It was just work all the time. So there's no time to release that record. And what happened is I felt like the shelf life just kind of expired. You know, it's like, it was a body working after like 7 years. It's like, I just can't imagine touring this and feeling like it's relevant at this point. With that said, I mean, someday those tracks will come out. It's just a matter.
So?
Yeah, I think someday they'll come out.
Myles Kennedy box set.
Most of these people don't know where Cider Mountain is. You want to let them know?
Yeah, Cider Mountain it's in northern Idaho. It's an amazing. Is it still a studio?
It went to a bed and breakfast for a little bit, but Chris is putting it back
He
where
is?
it was. Yeah, I think.
Okay, cool.
He tried.
Do you talk to Chris?
Every once in a while.
Please give him my best, because they were really amazing. Like, that studio, Chris and his family were so good to us, and I feel bad that the record didn't come out, because I really wanted to put it out and kind of like spread the word about them. That's the part that really bummed me out. Yeah, really wonderful people and a great studio. Yeah, right on. Good question.
Any tips on playing slide?
The tips on playing slide? Yeah, that's a good question. Develop your ear. The most important thing about playing slide guitar is being able to hear where the pitch is. A lot of guys are like, oh, they just think, oh, I'm just going to move the slide around, and, you know, it has that slide thing. I'll kind of get it in the vicinity. But the good players are guys that can get it right at the time, right at the right note. You know, so really develop that sense of pitch. That was something that took a long time. And listen to good slide players. You know, I learned from listening to, not that I'm a great slide player, but I do enjoy it. Bonnie Raitt, obviously Derek Trucks is like the guy. I mean, that guy's from another planet. Mark Haynes is another really great one. But yeah, just work on that here.
Two more.
What goes into your decisions whether to or to not play a song from the album when it's new?
Yeah, what goes into the decision of whether or not to play a song from the record when it's new? Sometimes you just gauge it off of how it'll fit in the set. You know, like, will it, because we've got a lot of slower songs, but we don't want the set to be like a sleeper, you know, and all these ballads. And you don't want to be redundant, so you try to have songs that have different flavors. But it's kind of like, what's your favorite song? They're like your kids, so you want to play them. And people, you know, fans will like, please play Love Right Down. And that might be one of my favorites in the catalog as well, but it's another slower track, and then I guess you have to pick that one, or Love Can Only Heal, or, you know, so it's a delicate dance. All right, last question.
When you're writing, how do you decide which project the song or what you're creating is going to be for? How does it fit?
Yeah, how do I know which song is going to go where? It's easy with Alter Bridge and this, generally speaking, because Alter Bridge is heavier. So if it's a real heavy, like a heavier riff, I would save that for Alter Bridge. But then there are songs that kind of blur the lines now, especially with this record. You know, like Machine When You're Gone could have been an Alter Bridge record. It could have been on Alter Bridge record 10 years ago. I don't know where we are now at work, but it's got that anthemic thing, you know. And with Slash, it's a different process, because he sends me the music bed, and then I put the melody and the lyric to it. So it's a different process. So that's pretty easy. Yeah. All right. One more.
I've been into music for 50 odd years. You're one of my most amazing singers over all those years. Yeah, I just wonder, because you sound the exact same on record, you can sing it live, which a lot of singers now can't do as they get older. Do you have any tips to how your voice stays so good?
Well, thank you. Some days the voice is doing what I want it to. Some days, and a lot of it depends on the elements. Like it's dry.
Yeah.
I have horrible allergies. So sometimes it's not. It's the end of the tour. We'll see how tonight goes. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's been 5-6 weeks, so pretty banged up.
Do you like steam or drink anything?
No, I don't really do. I find mostly the best thing is rest, and I don't talk a ton. So, I try to not use it, save it for the show. Cool.
Quick second part. Do you still talk to Todd at all, Kearns?
Oh yeah. Todd and all the boys and the conspirators, yeah, they're doing the Took touring, and we're doing this next record. They recorded the next record, and then I've got to do my vocals.
Oh, nice.
For the next Slash record.
Is there going to be a tour following that?
Yeah, that'll be at some point in the next year. I mean, basically, lucky me, everything's planned for the next 3 years, so between all three things. So.
Are you tired?
I am. I am tired.
Well, you're home now.
I'm home, and I'm going to, after tonight, I'm going home, but I am going to watch Strangoli tomorrow night.